Hi everybody, this is Jason with Brett's Brick Builds, doing a review of the Lego Star Wars Hoth ATST 586 piece kit. It is kit number 75322. Comes with 3 minifigures, little drone robot, and the main ATST walker. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the elements of this build. First thing we'll take a look at, we have a small drone with the kit, similar to the one that Chewie and Han Solo blow up at the beginning of The Empire Strikes Back. I think that's what they're going for here. Comes with a little white base. It's got the clear aerial for setting the drone on to give it a look like it's floating along. It's got 4 legs with it, each different options on it. It's got one antenna coming out there, and went together pretty easily, and I gotta say, it looks an awful lot like the in my opinion, looks an awful lot like the drone in the movie. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the minifigures that come with the kit. The kit contains 3 minifigures. From left to right, we've got the Hoth Battle Trooper from the Resistance. We have Chewbacca in the middle with his actually firing crossbow, and we'll get to that a little bit later. And on the right, we've got the ATST driver. He comes with a pistol and a set of binoculars. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the back of the figures. The backs of the figures all have some elements of printing. The one on the right, which is the Hoth Trooper, his backpack basically covers up the printing on the back of his torso. Chewbacca has the back of his bandolier going around his back there, and the driver of the ATST just has some basic printing on the back to show the back of the uniform. I just wanted to flip around to the front one more time and show, since you can't take the goggles off, the Hoth Trooper, what they look like without the helmet on. Go ahead and pop their helmet on. And the ATST driver has an alternative face, a little more aggressive looking than the one that I had the awning before. That's just the old, you flipped ahead 180 degrees and you're all set. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the walker itself. The walker itself stands a little over 10 inches tall. It has twin guns out the front that are movable. This here goes up and down, some aiming. It does have dual flick fire missiles, and we'll go ahead and shoot those off in a bit. It's got its various sonar, radar setups, I believe that they are. If I move it to the side here, you get a little better look at the legs. The legs, although they're articulated in this position, they don't do any kind of moving. They are locked in this position here. The only pivot area you have is up here, and you can make the essentially the driver's cabin tilt down more or less. It is pretty stable. As I shake the table, you'll get a little wobble out of it, but it doesn't want to fall over when you have it set up. Also back here, turn this around. Right here we have this control knob, and the knob will turn 360 degrees. There we can see the back of the cabin with the 2 flick fire attachments on it. So you can spin the head 360 degrees there. There's a lot of nice, I don't know if you want to call it greeblies or whatever, detailing going on here to add more depth, if you will, to the build. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the driver's cabin itself. So in the driver's cabin, we have this whole lid here, lifts up so you can get the minifigure in there. I'll go ahead and tilt this forward so you can see. There's a small little driver's compartment. He's got a control panel there. And then he has an area where you've got 2 options with him. You can sit him down or stand him up. So first thing I'll do, I'll go ahead and I'll set him down all the way. I'll get him in here. So he's sitting down in there. And then you can go ahead and close the whole dome. He's all set. He's in there making decisions, turning the head around, seeing what's going on. And there's also a secondary seating option for him. And it's not so much seating, you can set it up so that he's standing. So we'll go ahead and do this. Get him stood down in there. And then when you do that, get him back, there we go. Then he's got the cabin, the little hatch open here, kind of like a tank commander. He can stand up there and he can just kind of see for himself out the top. And go ahead and flip that back up. And we can go ahead and set him down again. And then And of course, you can open it that way, but his head's not up in there. But just an option for you. You can have him standing up or sitting down. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the flick fire options on this. So at the back here, we have these extensions, and what they're going to do when we push these in, they're going to set off the actual flick fire because that spring-loaded thing is kind of buried within the build there. So we'll go ahead, we'll give this one a push. Fires the missile. Give this one a push. Fires the missile. They reload pretty easily. You get them lined up in there. Go ahead and push that in because they do it to be in a certain way. Feel it lock back into place, and then you're ready to fire it again should you choose. Also, as a flicking shooting option, Chewbacca's crossbow has an actual firing mechanism here. Go ahead and give this. He shoots the little red tab that comes with the crossbow. So, we've got the flick fires on the walker, and Chewbacca's crossbow actually fires. So, some firing options for you there with the kit. So that is kit number 75322, Hoth ATST Walker. Doesn't say Walker, it's just called Hoth ATST. But, you know, obviously it's a Walker. It's from the LEGO Star Wars line, 586 listed pieces, 3 minifigures, 1 droid figure, or build, however you want to call it. And it does come with a brick separator, which I did have to use a couple times. I thought it went together really nicely. The brick separator, that was just mistakes on my part. The engineering on the head piece, this up here with the angled sides, and I was pretty impressed by that. There's a lot going in there to make that look like that Star Wars shape that we've seen in the movies. So really interesting the way that they came up with that. I thought that was pretty impressive. In the meantime, if you could go ahead and throw us a like and subscribe, it really helps our channel out. Comment, ding the bell, press the buttons. You know how it works, it's YouTube. We'll be back next week with another review of our ASMR kit, and we'll see you then. This is Jason for Brett's Brick Builds. Bye.